Hey, what's going on guys, YST here, welcome back to another raid video. On this one it's episode 2 of Underrated Legends, which is a series I've created just to showcase champions that not a lot of people use and ones that are underlooked from a lot of people in the community. So on this one we're going to be diving into Pestilus, a Knight Revenant champion under the Spirit Affinity, and this guy is absolutely insane for increasing the accuracy in the arena and getting you through content in the Doom Tower, especially the Frost Spider. So if that's something you're into and you've pulled this champion, don't underlook him and let's get into it. Do you guys remember that Kurzad champion, the dwarf one that everyone was talking about because he does increased accuracy and he can break a lot of resistance metas in the arena? Well, Pestilus can do that, but a lot more for your account also. So on his skill set here we've got attacks 2 times at random, places a 30% chance of leech for debuff for 2 turns. This is solid for the Frost Spider because if you didn't know, if the Spiderlings don't have the leech debuff on them, they can transfer the debuffs that you place on the big spider onto them, so it makes it a lot longer to clear out the stages. Then he attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of placing a HP burn. This is solid also for the Frost Spider, so if you didn't know, the resistance goes up by a big chunk if the big spider doesn't have the HP burn on. So to have a champion that can consistently put that up, if you build him with a high accuracy, which I'll get into, it is solid. Then he heals all allies by 15% of their max HP if the HP burn debuff is placed. So once again, it can provide a lot of utility for your team, keep you alive in the higher stages and help all your champions get through the stages so you can get those juicy rewards. Then he fills the turn meters of all allies by 15% if the HP burn debuff is not placed. Alright, so in this kit here, you can read it as 2 things. So if you want to use him for the Frost Spider also, build him with a high accuracy so you can place the HP burn. If you want to use him solidly just for the arena, you could recommend bringing down his accuracy just to make sure the HP burn doesn't place so you can get that turn meter boost in the arena and give your champions a lot more chances to get more hits out. So his money scaling ability here is 50% increased accuracy buff and an increased crit damage buff on all allies for 2 turns. So if we go into Kurzad here, so on Kurzad he places a 50% increased accuracy buff on all allies for 2 turns, then attacks all enemies. Has a 75% chance of placing a 30% decreased defense. Why I think Pestilus is a little better at this is he's not hitting when he's doing this, so it's just doing a buff, so you don't have to risk the opposition attacking you with counter attacks etc from their masteries. So yeah, it makes it a lot more easier to set up a speed tune to make this work. And his auras increases ally accuracy in Doom Tower by 50. So on the boss stages or the higher stages, instead of switching out all your gear or trying to get more accuracy, you can run this guy by getting an extra 50 accuracy and then an extra 50% accuracy on all your champions as well. This is insane. So he has use in the Doom Tower and the arena mainly, so they're the 2 we're going to get into today. And there's also another champion I just want to briefly talk about. So Pestilus is more of a Frost Spider and arena champion. This one is more of a Scarab King champion. So he does increased speed and increased accuracy. So depending on if you want to have increased crit damage or increased speed, you can go with him or you can go with Pestilus. But obviously we're going into Pestilus today. But I just thought I can give an honorable mention to this champion and the shield buff. So if you want to do Scarab King and that's where you're struggling, I'd recommend building this one. If you're having struggle with the Frost Spider, I'd recommend using Pestilus. So we've gone over the skills, so let's go into the gear that I'm using here. So I've got a double perception set and I've got the resilient set to give more HP and defense because he also heals. I want him to have a high HP and a high defense so he can sustain and not die all the time, and we want to keep getting that buff up during these runs. So we've got triple roll speed here, which is brilliant. Speed, accuracy and resistance. Then we've got speed and accuracy, so I'm trying to get accuracy in all of my substats here. Then we've got speed here with a HP percent. I just wanted to make the set here. I could possibly switch this out if the forge wants to give me something better. Then we've got defense percent here with a speed roll. Speed boots with some resistance and accuracy. And then we've got the accuracy here with speed and HP. HP with a nice resistance roll and accuracy there. And then we've got defense here. So on the support, I've gone defense and support just to try get this ability here. Cycle of Revenge, try increase his turn meter, and stack his sustain so he doesn't die. Then we've gone the accuracy all the way down here to Cycle of Magic to try and proc a bit more abilities. Law of Steel to try boost his accuracy stats. Sniper and Master Hexer to try land and extend his debuffs. And also we've got the Eagle Eye to increase his accuracy by 50. So as you can see, just high accuracy and high sustain, and the overall stats that I'm running with is, so we've got a 61,000 HP, 1,600 attack, 3,000 defense, 232 speed. The crit rate and crit damage, I don't really care how much damage he's putting out, to be honest. I just want him to serve his purpose and get those buffs out and keep our team alive. And then the accuracy here, I've got a 407. So the Frost Spider, if you wasn't aware, just speaking on stage 120 Doom Tower here on the hard mode, his resistance is around 280 if he's got HP burn on. If he doesn't have HP burn on, you need to have a lot more accuracy, and it's just an absolute pain to get your debuffs out. So I'm running with just over a 400 accuracy because this guy lets me. Because we got the Doom Tower aura of 50, and then plus an extra 50% increased accuracy, which puts me way over the benchmark even if the HP burn isn't out on the Frost Spider. So insane champion, crazy kit. I'd recommend using him this way if you want to use him for the Frost Spider. If you don't want to use him there and you just want to use him for the arena, make him extremely fast, make him land his increased accuracy and crit damage, and keep it rolling. So we're going to dive into the Frost Spider here first, and then we're going to go into a few arena battles towards the end of the video, and then we're going to wrap it up. So stay tuned and we're going to get into everything. But yeah, we've got Pestilus as the lead for the aura. We've got block debuffs on Sepulchre Sentinel, block debuffs again with the Veil, so Roxham can land his decreased defense and weaken. And Ignatius, because his HP burn cannot be resisted, so between Pestilus and Ignatius, we get all the debuffs we need, and it works out great. So let's get into the run here. So my team is in speed tuned in a way where the block debuffs and everything goes up at the same time, and there isn't high resistance on anyone apart from Duchess, but it still works out great. So as you can see, it's still removing all the buffs and freezing some champions here. But you're going to see right here how well this champion can do for your team. So now that the leech is on, the decreased defense and weaken can be placed on the Frost Spider at this moment. And then that's where the debuff blocks can happen from the block debuffs. There we go, a nice consistent HP burn. And the leech is also great for keeping your team alive, so if you don't have the best healers or the best revivers, the leech can be a great help in helping you clutch, get through some waves and get those rewards. There we go, AoE HP burns from Ignatius, more leeches, and this team works out great. So I'll let you guys watch this run out, I'll speed it up for you so you don't have to wait for ages, and I'll come to you towards the end of it. So we're going into 6 minutes here, HP burns out as usual, and we got the 2 spiderlings dead. Great composition, get you a nice little void shard, sacred towards the end, but yeah, it works out great. And look at the damage on Pestilus, guys, 3 million. Ignatius with a 5 million just because he does the AoEs, so he gets a lot more damage out. But yeah, great synergy between this team. I'd recommend block debuffs and use your Pestilus if you're struggling with landing these debuffs and getting through these waves. Another champion I'd like to talk about is Stagnite, because he does the increased accuracy if you don't hit it. So if Pestilus doesn't have his increased accuracy up, your Stagnite, if you miss an ability, he can put increased accuracy on you also. So between them two is also great, as you can see here. And alright, let's get into a couple arena battles and showcase him there. So let's begin with this team here. So we've got a Warlord, Iron Brago, and quite a tanky team here. So let's see how the AI works with this champion. So let's just put it on a 1 speed for the first one. So he gets his increased crit damage and his increased accuracy up. So Astrolon can go through here, put his stuns out, and he hits extremely hard there. And we get a 100% chance, just near enough, so you can see that the resistance on Warlord was great, and he still managed to put the debuff out because of the increased accuracy. Yeah, so I've just had to take the speed boots off Umbral because she was a bit faster, but let's try it now. And I've also reduced her accuracy way lower than it was, just to showcase how good the increased accuracy can be. So let's just put on an auto here with the 1 speed. So increased accuracy, crit damage. Then we get the stuns out from Astrolon. Nice stuns there. And we've provoked everyone apart from Skullcrown because she's got the block debuffs up. And there we go. Alright. So as usual, I'm not going to manual play every single battle here. I'm going to leave a bit of a montage so you can enjoy that. And I'll come to you towards the end of it. So enjoy. So that's going to be all for the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and don't sleep on this guy. He is insane for the Frost Spider, as you can see, and he can also make a lot of use in the arena. Just make sure if you're using in the Frost Spider, build him with a high accuracy like this. If you want to use him in just purely the arena, I'd recommend dropping the accuracy down just so the HP burn doesn't land, so you can get the 10 meter boost. And thank you for always supporting, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.